The audio is not using the speaker I want to. Okay, good evening, everybody. We do not have a chair for this evening's meeting. So first item on the agenda is to nominate a chair for this meeting. Okay, lovely. And a vote, please. Okay, wonderful. Thank you. Please proceed.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. This meeting is being recorded for the purposes of Thatcham Town Council YouTube. Please do not swear. It is channel 4. No. Right, so apologies for any absence, please.
Apologies for absence have been received from councillors Suzanne Adamantos, John Boyd and Dave Lunn.
Dave is enjoying his birthday. And do we have any substitutions?
Councillor Vance is substituting for Dave Lunn.
Thank you. Any declarations of interest, Mr. Clark?
Can it always mention
Thank you. Any more declarations of interest? No. Number 3, so we put in the read as confirmed the minutes of the meeting held on the 23rd of March 2026. Okay. Okay, any seconds, please. Thank you, Councillor. And
vote.
And to vote, please. Thank you. All those in favour? Unanimous.
I'm abstaining because I wasn't there. Well, I've recorded as not being there.
Yeah, no problem. Right, signs. Yes. Madam Clerk, sign.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next item agenda 2 is for the town clerk providing for members request feedback on any matter provided from the previous meeting. Any matters discussed under the item this motion only. No. Councillor Pennington.
There was one thing in the additional flow image. Did we go ahead and just get a quote or?
No, it's been purchased.
Brilliant.
It's a catalogue item.
Nice. Brilliant. No, that's fantastic. And more people can purchase. Brilliant. Excellent. So, income and yeah, sorry. Any question?
Can I ask about the street lighting, the large variance? Is that
For the contracts?
No, it's 4014, the first item.
Oh,
Street and footpath lighting, it says budget of 550, expecting.
Yes.
Not 2. Okay.
Yeah, but still.
It won't be split throughout.
But is it
monthly? Okay. It probably so comes in 1 or 2.
That's the expected electricity costs.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I get it. It's just...
We have a couple of service contracts.
Yeah.
And it shows
4037
prepaid.
Yeah, so the street furniture one under 112, that is the bus shelter cleaning, which when Westmark's put the new bus shelters in, they also covered the cost for cleaning for the first 3 years. So that will be transferred to that EMR reserve for that one.
Because you see that in 113 as well.
Yeah, the CCTV. So that will be an annual maintenance. Sorry, not a maintenance cost, processing cost, and it happens once a year. So that has already happened.
same. Going at fast. That covers for me page 1 and 2 on 3, anybody else? We look on page 3. I just look at the percentage spent early in the part of the year. Probably seem to drop to page 4046.
Equipment purchase.
The 50%. It's a small amount of money. So it's just.
Sorry, which one are we looking? We're looking at Birdwood.
And we've just gone through half the budget. I mean, so I'm just trying to understand. If we need more equipment, well, how much of a budget for it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can find out what that was.
Yeah. Just to understand. Reoccurring items. Thank you. Of course, going up to page 4, we have the very lumpy Enfield partnership contribution. Where we're looking at those are sums. So this is really just a report back, is it? Thank you, Chairman.
Just going to pass over to Councillor Mike Carr.
Just like that, that seems to be conflating 2 years into 1 year for some reason. So I think that's probably more of a bookkeeping
The
thing.
so the budget that we put in for this coming year is 70,000, but the 38,896 from Q4 has not yet been paid, so it's still sitting there at the moment. But as next week, that will go to full council to be approved to pay. So it seems it's adding them together.
Thank you. That's the increase.
The actual year to date is a negative. It's always that weird with stuff that's carried over from a year maybe.
Understood.
That I think that seems to be the Q4.
This, yeah. So they may have already transferred the funds into that budget line to cover that invoice, but they haven't paid the invoices yet.
So,
Thank you.
yeah. So obviously it looks at the end of month 2 that only 15% go right down to the grand totals. 50% expenditure month 2, so that's on par 2 months, and then just under 20% income. So yeah, it averages out quite well, and there's some quite big ones. There's some small ones as well, which is good. So, yeah. Okay, let's go with it. We need to, is this to note, or is it to be voted?
Just one other, I think we have a large amount of money sticking under on page 6 under play areas. Yeah, where we have saying that we spent 97.3%.
Yep, that is the repairs that this committee agreed to the ditch around Kennet Heath Play Park, and that will come out of the EMR that we've already put aside for Kennet Heath. So although it's sitting against this line at the moment as committed, the work hasn't taken place. So once the invoice comes in, it will then be transferred the funds in from the EMR reserve.
Okay, thank you very much. Indeed, that's
Yeah. Anything else before we go on? No, so received and notes. Okay, thank you very much. Right. Now move on to item number 5, which is the environmental working party. Receive and consider adoption of the minutes of the environmental working party held on the 3rd of June, and consider the following recommendations. 1, to request to proceed with officers utilising the 3-level partnerships local government associations carbon footprint calculator, to assess the council's carbon footprint, and part 2, to request both Kennet and Community schools to support the showing of the film future council and for students at their school as a partnership event. So if we do the minutes first, and then afterwards we'll do the 2 parts. So first of all, I'll do the minutes. Appreciate no, so
I can give you a little bit more information. So on page 2 of the minutes is where they discuss the carbon footprint report. They've previously had quotes of, I believe, up to £5,000 for an external company to do this for us. It was brought to their attention that there is now a website that has been developed created specifically for councils. So they are seeking permission to go ahead down that road first and delay the formal report from the external company, which was previously approved by this committee.
That's saving some money, but also giving something to do, on an annual basis. That's cool. Councillor,
Is there a cost associated with the?
Not with the website, no. It is a free online tool that's been created specifically for councils.
That sounds amazing.
So it may be limited in its abilities, but until they try, they don't know. So
I'm sure councils could recommend improvements, etc. That's fine. That's a problem.
Yeah, Chairman, I warmly welcome this recommendation. Thought £5,000 first place. And obviously somebody's put the heads together on the next solution, because it is complicated. We've got the figures, we just need to put the figures. So on that basis, I would be happy to propose acceptance of the minutes.
So my one question is, whose job responsibility would go on to? Obviously, there'll be some time taken to do this.
yes, it will probably sit with the Deputy Town Clerk because she clerked the Environmental Working Party meeting, probably, I would imagine, with the Civic Officer.
Yeah, and Councillor.
A large part of the work is collecting the data, which you'd have to do anyway if you had an external consultant.
Yeah, so it's cool. Okay, so on this, the minutes, can we please propose?
I'm so
Yes, and second, please. Thank you, Councillor Gregory. And all those in favour, please. Thank you. Part 2 is just to contact, as a request really, both the secondary schools in the area to support the showing of the film Future Council. And I believe we have a member of this of the Equinox Trust, and I believe is as well. That might be very. Okay.
We've voted twice, but we need 3. So we've got one for receive and consider adoption of the minutes, and then item 1 and
so
item
we
2.
get back to requesting to proceed with council officers utilising the free carbon footprint. So the one we've just discussed, we're all happy. Opposed, seconded, and vote. Brilliant. Thank you. All unanimous. Brilliant. Okay, so item number 6 is in front of you. You've got the Thatcham Town Council Youth Strategy 26 to 30. And if you have a look through there,
It's rather a large document. And Councillor Justin Pemberton has been working with the Community Engagement Manager on this, who clerks the Youth Working Party, and he's given me a few introductory words if you would like me to read. So he has said that this strategy explains how the council plans to support young people aged 11 to 25 between 2026 and 2030. Its goal is to help young people feel safe, included, connected, and able to thrive by providing welcoming spaces, trusted adults, activities, and opportunities to have their voices heard. The council recognises challenges such as lack of youth spaces, mental barriers for SEND and neurodiverse young people. To address these, it aims to develop accessible youth provision through partnerships, youth workers, outreach programmes, activities, and potentially a town centre youth space. The strategy focuses on well-being, inclusion, community safety and youth participation, while ensuring services are affordable, sustainable and evidence-based. Progress will be reviewed annually with a full review planned for 2029/30.
So members will see that We've got the purpose, the context, how it's going to be developed, what the strategic commitment is. There's some outcomes there and some enablers. We've got focus, delivery principles, where the spaces are, some partnership work in there, of course. Carrying over, we've got the voice of the youth, which is always good. You said we did reporting, and some funding and sustainability thoughts there. And then, as Madam Clerk said, in 3 years' time now, the 2029-30 to inform the next period. And then on the Appendix A, there'll be some links there as well. Excellent. And then the reports is on the following pages.
Councillor Jeffries.
Councillor Jeffries.
Chairman, I don't know if I'm literally missing something, but I don't see any figures there, any cash figures. What are we in for? I'm very much in favour. I'm absolutely committed to supporting the provision. But I don't see any votes. Is that because I'm not reading it carefully enough?
I believe there will be another document which is an action plan. So once you agree the strategy of what you would like to achieve, they will then come up with an action plan. So they've had, they did a survey, a youth survey, which these are all the results of the survey.
Yeah.
The strategy is what they've put together now, but I believe it would then come down to an action plan.
Yeah, and if you see on number 3, what young people want, the outdoor chill social space received 202 responses, which was the largest one. People just want, says a strong demand is for space to socialise, not just structured activities. Somewhere to go, maybe something to attend.
Chairman, if I may, I'm understanding that. But that was my comment, because I don't see any notes attached.
Yeah.
So if I'm understanding the clerk, it is literally that we're being asked to say that this is a strategy of which this committee approves.
Yeah.
And then they'll actually get down.
Yeah. There are funds in an earmark reserve for the youth strategy, which has been.
Yeah.
So I would assume that would be the starting point of working up to within that the funds that have already been set aside in an earmark reserve for youth strategy.
But if I may, once they've come back and said, now that you've approved the strategy, we will do this first and that second, and then whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, good question. I'm just going to go to Councillor Cotton and then Councillor Cotton.
Yeah, I think that's an excellent survey. I was so impressed with that. That's so helpful to have those figures from the actual people who are targeting. You know, it's a good sample, and I'm so pleased to see that, because we sit here, not prevaricating, but something along that lines, and we're making decisions without hard figures. And I think this is actually very, very good. One thing I would be wary of on the page 2, I suppose it would be development of the strategy. We're mentioning 2 organisations who have in their own turn have let this council down. Berkshire Youth, many years ago, took up a contract from us and then just walked away from it. And Thatcham Youth, I'm afraid to say, I don't know if they even still, is it different?
I'll come back to that.
Yeah, is it a different Thatcham Youth? Because
No, I'll come back to that.
They also walked away.
Yeah, I'll come back to that. Councillor Cotton, and then Councillor Cotton.
Just to say this as a strategy, Owen's comment about pound notes and Clark's comment about the earmark reserve. That earmark reserve obviously is not going to cover this for the next 20 years, so there is going to have to be cover the initial costs. But we are going to have to allocate money within the precept if we are serious about it. We'll totally. I see. I hear Councillor Bottom's comment. I don't know how long ago it was that Berkshire Youth did something and walked away, but I think there have been at least 3 changes of chief executives since Dave Seward was, for example,
It was a long time ago.
was chief executive. So I would view as interesting but irrelevant. If
Yeah.
not unkind, because it's a totally different organisation, because the people are different. Well,
Yeah,
like say, as well, like saying this council did something 20 years ago.
Very glad to hear it.
Nobody approved of.
Councillor.
And in any case, page 2 is describing history. It says what has been done in developing the strategy. It doesn't say anything about the future.
No, there's stuff we have to be informed by. There's
Yeah.
risk with these, may I just finish? With these organisations, we are a very tiny minnow, okay? And they're trying to find people who are available on a Friday or Saturday, Friday night or Saturday. And lots of other councils and other organisations are looking at the same. And I've got the impression that, we didn't have the maths to actually go to bodies like this and get performance out of it. So I'm very glad to hear that it's a new broom, and it will, but I'm just saying, we have to be aware when we recontact them, that we question them solidly about the future of anything that we wish to do hand in hand. Thank you.
Thatcham, Berkshire Youth. I spoke to someone about 3 years ago and kicked this off. And they were very keen to work with Thatcham Town Council because they recognised that there was a need within Thatcham that wasn't being satisfied. So certainly at that time, 3 years ago, and presumably this has been developed with Clark with Berkshire Youth anyway, hasn't it?
It has. It was sent to Berkshire Youth for their comments and if there was anything to add, but we didn't have a response.
Oh, can I just ask how long ago that was?
In the last month.
Councillor.
And that graph on section 3 is very valuable input to the north. Should be valuable input to the northeast section.
Yeah.
So we need to get that about what the top requested activities, because those activities have an impact on the layout of the site.
It's exponential. It's going to be exponential, isn't it? The more people that they're going to want that on there. More people, and people want it more.
But so I'll work out offline how to get that data into the northeast section development.
Just going to say about Thatcham Youth that obviously there's been a lot of changes going on, and as council know that we are the trustee, so we obviously have a grip on it. There are still going to be some more changes happening, but Madam Clerk, anything to share regarding overseeing?
So we have been in discussion with another company locally, charity locally, who may be able to offer more support to them than we can, because they work in the exact same area. But it's very early days at the moment, but discussions are happening.
Going back to what you're saying, it's exactly different people at this time 2 years ago now. There's a lot of change since then.
Sorry, Chairman, my fault, a correction. There was a body that was a separate organisation, came in, I think they were based in North Hampshire, came in and provided outreach workers. And so I apologise if I misunderstood. They called themselves Thatcham Youth. So I think in both cases.
Chair, they didn't. They were a separate charity, which I'm not going to mention their name because I'm about to say something derogatory about them. But they were. I had problems with them before they even started providing the outreach service, and it was not Thatcham Youth, it was not Berkshire Youth, and they didn't call themselves Berkshire Youth or Thatcham Youth.
I have to say I have a different recollection, but never mind.
Thank you. So, okay. Does he even make a recommendation to adopt? Madam Councillor.
I think this is excellent. There's definitely a gap for youth in all areas, not just Thatcham. I think this is something we should wholeheartedly get behind. I've got two teenage boys who were, out and about. It would be wonderful to know that there was organising a space where they could safely meet. So I'm happy to propose that we go forward and adopt this.
I second that. I think it's a fantastic piece of work, and wholly, I'm very, very happy to endorse it.
So, proposed adoption by Councillor Pemberton and seconded by Councillor Compton. All those in favour of the strategy?
Definitely.
Thank you.
Whatever age the young people are.
Yeah.
That will go as a recommendation from this committee to full council next week.
That's fine. Okay, moving on to item 7, please be made to receive a report from the place manager and note the current position of the Friday market, which has had some changes.
Yes, it's good news. We like some good news. The market, if you haven't been recently, is flourishing, we shall say. So Emily and Dawn have been working very hard we've struggled to find stallholders. I think every market is exactly the same across the country. It's not just Thatcham Market. But we seem to have hit upon a sweet spot at the moment. So current stalls include meat, fish, fruit and vegetables, flowers, bread and pastries, donuts, tea and coffee, clothing, dog treats, pet supplies, wooden gifts, and a refillable goods trader. So it wasn't very long ago that we were concerned about the market, and it's doing really well.
Councillor Pemberton and Councillor Jeffrey.
I was doing the council surgery in the Broadway last weekend, I think it was, and there was at least 2 comments, just positive feedback to say how wonderful the market was looking, and we're doing a good job.
You just need everyone to support them now, and then they can stay.
Councillor Jeffrey.
Mr. Chairman, really second Victor's comments that I know that I, for one, really thought we had lost the market completely. And I think the work that's gone in, I am delighted that we are managing to achieve what we are achieving, and it brings such a degree of, it just makes the town that bit brighter on a Friday than it otherwise would be. And it had gone down to being sort of 1.5 schools, and generally that was it. And I think the staff is to be congratulated, because certainly, the work's gone in, but nothing. I second what Petra's been saying, and I think, if we can tell all the staff involved, very, very impressed. So let's just keep it on.
Councillor Clark.
Thank you. It's good to see that through the fish stall, the place manager is managing place.
Very good.
Dear God, the death penalty may have been removed, but could be brought back again.
Let's just read it in.
Noted, Chairman.
Right.
I've got one more update for the market. We were all very concerned after the recent hot weather that the flower planters were looking very sad. They were our winter flower displays. So they were already scheduled to be switched over to our summer displays. And it did get too hot too early. So we were very fortunate in that they came at 4 o'clock in the morning on the day of the Freedom of the Town Parade so that it looked lovely for that day. So yes, they are all refreshed, but with the new summer displays. So.
Lovely, right,
Councillor.
councillor Benson.
I'm sure that was very well organised, so thank you very much.
Sure.
Yeah, we did. There was a little bit of, yeah.
Okay, so moving on to the approved work progress, and this is receipt of a notice of progress report on previously approved work.
Yeah, so from the last meeting, the pump track has been added that has gone to the Youth Working Party, is in progress, and the water hazard at Kennet Heath has been approved and is being funded by an earmark reserve. So we're just waiting for the work to take place. The CCTV upgrade, I believe, is booked. The work is booked, hasn't happened just yet, and the town centre map again is ongoing. I believe it's been approved. We're just waiting for printing. The box on the front page, the box hedging in Broadway Green, I've marked that now as complete. At the last meeting, we agreed to replace the plants as they were needed, and no hedging. We won't be taking those out to replace with hedging. And St Mary's Churchyard, it's actually another item on the agenda, but I can talk about it now. Just to say that everything that needed to happen from Bennington Green's point of view in order to go out to tender has now been completed. The tender document has been completed and has been sent out for companies to tender. So they are currently collating responses, and hopefully, I'm hoping at the next meeting we may have some some dates of when we can expect this to actually be going ahead.
Did I see a hand there, councillor Jeffrey?
I did, but
No,
that's
that's
why I raised my hand.
No, brilliant. Excellent. Number 9, allotments. Councillor Benson.
Can I just ask a question about this new map?
Yes.
Is it the big one in the town?
No.
No.
We have an A4 paper map. It has all of the streets on it, and on reverse it has all the streets with the references, so you can find where everything is. But it obviously did not include numerous new developments, housing developments, and it also did not include Crookham. So it now will include all of those.
Really good news, thank you.
Cool.
May I just make a comment on that one, or ask a favour? And that is, can I be one of those that has a look at it before?
Yes.
Do you want his house on it?
Yes.
I
Item 8.
Blue plaque.
I know what my house is now.
Councillor lives here.
And I dare say Councillor Watson might have a look as well, because it's
To get away from the parkside only.
Okay.
That's good. Yeah, I
Next
think
step.
oversight is good. I think you know how well it's good. Right, now, the allotments water leak repair.
Yes, so last year, all of our water bills increased drastically, especially the allotments, but with warm weather, they do use the water troughs more frequently. Over the winter months, we were still using quite a lot of water. So we've done an investigation and found that there is a leak when we are losing approximately 1 litre per minute.
Wow. Can't even drink that, huh?
Did you use Thatcham, Thames Water?
Yes. So our facilities manager is requesting approval to go ahead. So under the maintenance budget for the allotments water, he could cover the cost of identification of the leak. We know there is one through our own tests, but to actually find, I believe it might be Thames Water, to come out and actually identify where exactly this leak is and how they would repair it. The cost of identification will be covered in the maintenance budget. We do not know what the cost of repair is going to be until that has taken But he's saying if we did it through the allotment maintenance, the budget would be overspent if both costs were at the maximum. Doesn't take into account any other maintenance that may arise within the allotments. However, fixing the leak would save almost £1,500 per year in water charges. If we go back to the income and expenditure report at the beginning for item 4 on page 6, you have the allotments. So we had increased the budget for the allotments to £4,000, which I believe was an increase of about £1,500. So repairing this leak would take us back down to where we were previous years.
Wow.
Yes,
Blimey.
water has become expensive.
So the amount added was before the water leak was found to be the reason why you used it.
Yes,
Okay.
I mean it is the weather, and they do use a lot of water, but
Okay. Wow.
so Kent is requesting authorisation to go ahead with identification of the leak, which will be covered under the maintenance budget. We'll report back to this committee, or could we do that via email or something, just to, otherwise it's going to be another 3 months before we go ahead with any repairs.
Propose we give it to the chairman,
Yeah,
vice
no,
chairman?
just checking the legalities of that. Is that
It's obviously a financial matter as well. I think we can take money from Robin Capital ultimately. It's unfair to the facilities manager to take away all of his
Yeah.
budget on something which isn't maintenance.
Yes, yeah.
So delegated chair or vice chair of this committee, but neither of them are here, or delegate to the chair of this committee and chair of GP who is here.
okay? I therefore, yep, seconded. I therefore delegate. All those in favour? Okay. And when would that then be needed? Or will it be via offline?
Sorry.
Will that decision then to chair of FGP be offline?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, via email.
No worries. That's good. Yeah, soon we get that sorted out. That's good. Okay, number 11, exclusion of press and
10.
10. Well, I did miss 10 because technically I've given you a report. It's part of the
Yes,
last one.
I don't have anything other to add than under the approved works report.
So, yes, just for the recollection that St Mary's boundary wall has been discussed in the previous, under the works progress. Number 11, exclusion of press and public. So it's advisable that we be temporarily excluded. We haven't got anyone, but we will need to turn off the recording. Opposed?
Sorry, proposed chair.
And seconded, and all those in favour? Thank you.
Thank you.